You recently had a tough time getting service for your broken oven, and so you're coming to this conversation with some battle scars, aren't you?
It was a horrendous experience.
It was awful.
Horrendous. So the display failed on my oven, and how I am about electronics failure is I just ignore it. I figure, like a cold, rest and some time, and the electronics will just blip to life again.
I understand
This did not happen. So I finally find a person, they come in service in January. They fix it, it lasts an hour and fails. They order a part, 4 months pass, they fix it, an hour passes, it fails. I'm $1,000 in, and I still do not have an oven fixed. Now, here's how I was about cooking in that time. I'm just rolling the dice. Like, I don't know if this roast chicken's going to be done. If not, I'm going to hack it apart and put it in the microwave. It's going to be fine. Want to come for dinner? It's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious.
So that's what you did that whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, so the solution was, in the end, did it ever get solved?
Well, I'll tell you what happened in the end, but first I want to tell you what I would have done differently.
What would you have done differently?
As a personal finance guy, do you think I would have asked for a recommendation instead of Googling someone? I went online, so I didn't get a recommendation. I didn't read the reviews. So as this whole thing was becoming problematic, I read the reviews, and I'm like, oh my God, this is happening to me. And I didn't read any of the reviews. The other thing in this time, what we really need to do is lower our expectations on timings, because the tradespeople, good, bad, or whatever, they are working their faces off because there's just so many things for them to do. So if I had a do-over, I'd get a recommendation, and at least I'd read the reviews.
Okay, these are really good tips for sure, because a lot of us just get to the chase, right? I'm going to ask about advocating for yourself in a second, but first of all, we just got our windows cleaned from a company we did not get a referral from. They did an awful job, and we just blamed ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We're just blaming ourselves now. Like, we paid for it, it's done. The windows are awful. We're going to have to go back and do them ourselves. So how do you advocate?
So first, you need to take notes as you go along. The who, what, when, where of all of it. And I'm a pretty good note taker, so I did a pretty good job on that. But the second thing I would say in advocating for yourself, be delightful.
Be delightful.
Be charming, be delightful, ask questions, because think about customer service people, they deal with jerks all the time.
All day, all night.
Do not be the jerk. Be delightful, and also be clear. So there was a time with this customer service person where I was like, okay, I appreciate all that you have tried to do. Here's the bottom line. I don't have an oven. It's been 4 months. Is there anything that we can do to get this resolved?
Right, okay. What options do people have when the charm offensive doesn't work?
Right, and with me, it works more than occasionally.
I bet it does.
It does. Number one is elevate. So you're talking to the person, is there anyone else I could talk to? If this fails internally, you've got a couple options. One is small claims court. It takes so much work. Don't you just want to take a nap? Oh, just the worst. Second is the Better Business Bureau. I have gone that path. It was not successful. Just not successful. Then the fourth one, rather, in today's day and age, you have social media.
It's the reviews and social media.
And bigger organizations have entire departments trying to manage their social media reputation. So you can very often get a response through a social media post much faster than you could on a call center.
And what if none of that works?
You need the oops fund. So I have an oops fund, and this is an oops fund. It's a mental fund that says, okay, maybe that $1,000 is going on the oops fund. The other thing that if none of that works, is you have the fantasy. So my fantasy is that they will make a movie in the style of Aaron Brockovich that's called Bruce Sellery. And it'll be about the trauma that I experienced trying to get this oven fixed. And Robert Downey Jr. will play me in the movie that they, of course, will never make because it's not happening. But I do love that, like, fight for social justice. Like, I will win versus those oven people.
Social justice? I love it.
It's social justice.
Because you can't make chicken.
You talk about all this Me Too and Black Lives Matter. I am talking about equity in oven repairs.
He cannot have a rotisserie chicken.
The cisgender male cannot get his rotisserie chicken made. Let me tell you, you asked how it resolved. Let me ask you how it resolved. Okay, so here we are. It's been 4 or 5 months. I finally, we're negotiating the settlement. We go from $1,000 down to $500. And I said, listen, you're forgetting the thing here. My oven, it wasn't like you fixed it and it lasted for 3. It never worked. It has never been fixed. It never worked. She puts me on hold. She comes back and says, fine, we'll refund everything but $250. I'm like, sold! Yes!
Good.
Okay, I'm taking it. So I'm still out $250.
Yeah.
I still do not have an oven that works.
Yeah.
The thought of now going and researching and buying an oven that's probably going to take 5 months to get here on the slow boat from somewhere, I'm not really super interested into that.
Yeah.
But I finally relaxed and will saute things.
You know what? Did you stay charming the whole time, or did you start to lose it?
I did lose it.
Okay, good.
But
I just want to
graciously.
hear that you were human.
Oh my God, I lost it. And there was a point at which she said, could we return to a respectful conversation?
Oh, no.
And then I actually felt terrible. I felt terrible. It was like, yeah, we could and we should.
Sorry.
But I did, I'm so charming. One of the things that I love to do are multiple choice questions. I haven't heard back from you. Is it A, B, C, or D? And I'm like, I don't know. You won $1 million and you now live in the Barbados. And then like D is other.
Right.
So multiple choice is always an option.
Do what he does.
Just do what he does.
Do what he does.
Well, I don't know. I still don't have an oven that works.
Maybe don't do what he does.
But
I
I
don't
had
know.
a delightful time talking to you as always.
Bruce, I love having you here. It's always a journey.